Say that real quick.
Thank you.
No. Lock. Let's lock in.
Let's lock in.
Welcome to Who Let the Dogs Fuck. I was gonna do that. Hold on. Do it one more time. All right, here we go. Gideon, intro in 3, 2, 1.
Let's lock in.
Welcome to Who Let the Dogs Out, the podcast designed to help you enjoy life with your best friend without all the frustrations. Join us each week as we help families across the country do just that. My name's Corey. I'm your host, and I am joined by my co-host,
Sally.
And today we are doing a what, Sally?
We're doing a Q&A.
There it is. We're doing a Q&A. Talk to the people about what we're talking about today.
Okay, I got 3 great questions.
These are all new to me. I have no clue what we're talking about today, too.
We're talking about sibling puppies,
Okay.
walking in the dark,
All right.
and sharing responsibility of a dog with an ex.
Okay. We also have 2 other questions that I'll pull out today too from a comment and something that somebody texted me. So go ahead.
Fantastic. I've also got 2 items of world news.
Oh, I got to get some trivia real quick. Talk to the people real quick while I get some trivia.
Okay, talking to the people. Okay, so 2 great
How about you introduce us real quick for those that are new to the show?
Oh,
Who am I?
I've never done that before, peoples. So this is Corey. He is the founder of Wonder Dog, and he started it back in 2018. We've worked with thousands of dogs, changed lots of people's lives, opened up doors for them to do more things with their dogs because every minute counts, people. And then I'm Sally. I was Corey's client back in 2018, got my job 2019, been with him ever since, do lots of jobs. I'm just not a dog trainer.
Wow, I just learned the most interesting fact. Okay, great. Trivia question of the week, folks. If you want to hear the answer to the trivia question, stick with us to the very end because this one is very interesting. I had no clue. I didn't even know this. But which dog breed can close its nostrils to prevent sand from entering while it's running in the desert?
Ooh.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah, are we having multiple choice?
I think I'm pretty sure this dog's a sighthound.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 92% sure. Here we go. Yes, it is a sighthound. Okay, great. All right, well, that's the question. Which breed of dog can close its nostrils while running in this desert to prevent sand from going up its nose? That is the trivia question of the week, folks. So if you want the answer, stick with us to the end. Sally has already introduced. By the way, folks, ahead of time, I'm operating with like 10 or 15% less brain power. I've had a sinus infection for, I feel like, a couple weeks now. And this morning I woke up a little late, so I didn't do my little sinus infection routine that I started doing yesterday. So I'm operating with a little less brain power today. So anyways, so yes, Salary did a great job introducing us today.
Salary.
So for those of you that are new to the show, we ask that you, if you like the show, you get any value out of it, you learn anything from it, that you just click the share button to share it with a friend, family member, colleague, something like that. And if you haven't, and you're watching the show and you haven't subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button. That means a lot to me and Sally. Not only that, but it'll also help us grow the show. And our goal here is to provide great dog training information, combat the BS of online dog trainers, and spread good information for free to people like you. So anyways, that's the request. That's the ask, folks. Yeah, that's it.
Are you not feeling too good this morning with your sinus infection?
I feel fine.
Okay, good.
I'm just making excuses for my brain farts.
Let me tell you what happened yesterday.
I don't even remember yesterday. So
Corey FaceTimed me whilst he was doing his sinus routine and put his breathing like God, put your sticky over your mouth so you could breathe through your nose.
I put a piece of mouth tape on. So
mouth tape so he could breathe through his nose.
Yeah, it just forces you to breathe through your nose. It helps, clear up
And
your nose pathways, good for sleeping, things
and
like
it was
that.
the best conversation I'd had with him in weeks because he couldn't say anything.
Yeah, she had too much fun with it.
Yeah, I got 4 days off.
Take the weekend off? Oh, you want to give me a raise? Oh.
Yeah, and he said yes to everything because he kept going.
Like,
he kept going, which that's a positive, isn't it? So so I'm having days off, give myself pay rise. It's brilliant.
Keyword gave herself. That's how you know it's not true, folks.
I asked him. I was like, "Oh, you want to give me a pay rise?" And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, boss. He's such a good boss.
Yep. Well, how's everything been going?
Good.
Chatty Cathy time.
Chatty Cathy time. Well, you took Sully Boy to meet boys and girls, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, that was last Sunday. Today's Friday, so a few days after. Yeah, no, that was good. He did good.
Yeah, he had a good time. He likes being around the children, and they were petting him, and yeah.
Yep,
good
he
stuff.
did. He is very good at that.
That's one of his skills. He
Sitting
hasn't
and
got many skills, but just being cute and letting people pet on him, fantastic.
He is a good demonstration of
A+.
the 8 basic commands.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did good.
Do you know what that little...
Sit, lay down, go to bed, stay, walk on leash nice, come when called, door manners. We didn't do leave it. I didn't have a reason to do leave it, but yeah, no, he did good with everything.
Oh.
Let the kids rub all over him. He had so much fun with getting petted by all the kids. There were a couple girls there that were scared of dogs, and so when he was looking at like another kid, they'd like walk over and like touch his butt and like pet him, be like, ah. So yeah, he had fun. He had fun.
Good. Yeah, it's nice to know little Turkey Butt is really well behaved for you.
Yeah.
Not his mother.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's a good boy.
That's true.
It's a good boy. So we do have a question about this, but just to let you know, now it's ridiculously dark by the time I finish work. Sully and I are walking in the dark.
Yeah.
So I've got a really wonderful, like fluorescent-y, yellowy, whatever, sweat top, so I can be spotted. Sully has a reflective vest, and why are you smiling?
I like it.
And I'm going to buy a beanie with a flashlight, because I can't hold a flashlight and a dog and do the remote. You do the thingies, my controls. So we're going to look right Charlie's walking around our neighbourhood, but I'm a sitting duck. There's no sidewalks, and these cars come really close.
Yeah, I'd buy like a little like flashing light to hang behind your wheelchair.
I think I bought some reflective tape, but
I'm talking about
think
like a
you're right.
flashing light,
I think
though.
I should get like one of that cyclists
sure.
have.
Yeah.
That goes beep. Well, it don't go beep beep. It just flashes. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that too.
Yeah. You remind me of my mom. I walked in last night watching my mom do her nails, and she literally had like a flashlight on. She's sitting in the kitchen, full bright lights, like, and she's literally got a flashlight on her head. She's wearing my dad's like headlamp, like literally shone down here to do her nails. And I'm like, Mom, you look like a freaking army soldier. What are you doing?
She's funny. She's got to have her nails right. They've got a big weekend birthday couple. Yeah.
Oh my God, I got to text my dad.
I did.
You did?
I texted him this morning.
I need to text my father and tell him happy birthday. Today's the day. We celebrated yesterday for him.
Yeah,
so.
you have celebrated. It's not like you've forgotten it altogether.
Right.
But this is his big day.
Probably need to drop a card by 2 or something. So anyways, but yeah, not much is new in me and Mia's world.
Nothing.
Just, I mean, she's moving and grooving, doing her best. We did do a 2-lap walk today. Not just normally I haven't been walking her very much, but we did 2 laps at my apartment and, did pretty good. Towards the end, she's scooting a little bit more.
Yeah.
But overall, did pretty good. So we're
she seems a happy girl still.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing wrong in her head.
She's fully with it, alert, ready to go.
Yep. I'll just tell it. I found out this week that she had fleas on her. You know this, but I'm telling the people.
I was very surprised about it.
Yeah, so Mia has been like biting at her side a lot recently, and like as part of her like spinal disease, like something's going on with her nerves, so she just like scratches all the time. Not all the time, but like scratches a lot. If you rub on her, she'll just her back legs will start scratching and stuff. She's never done that her whole life. Yeah. So I just thought it was like part of the disease, and then I started petting her, and I noticed like I guess flea dirt, but like for a few days it didn't really register in my head what it was. I just thought she was like dirty. I'm like, black dirt, that doesn't really make sense, but whatever. And then I'm at home and it just clicks in my head. I'm like, oh, that's flea poop. And then, so I reach down, I like roll her over on her stomach and then like, and she's a black dog. So like you can't really see much of her. So you'd have to like look at her stomach and I saw fleas on her stomach. So I was like, oh my God, we got to go to the bath. So I took her to Hollywood Feed, did the self bath. You might be wondering, Corey, you offer a bathing service. Why don't you just bathe her at your own
Yeah,
shop?
that's what I asked.
Yeah. Well, it was like, I literally had to be somewhere in 50 minutes. And so I was like, we need to literally do the quickest bath possible. So I ran her to Hollywood Feed, did their self bath and with like flea and tick shampoo. And then I think they all died. And then I gave her some flea and tick medicine and haven't seen any of her since. But
Good.
I don't know. I guess this is a dumb thing. So, and I'm owning it or I wouldn't be telling it on the podcast, but I just assumed since it was wintertime out that the fleas were gone. You know, we've had a couple of not like, I guess probably not a cold enough time to like kill off all the fleas yet, but, I just assumed they were done. So I hadn't given her any like flea medicine the last couple months, but anyways, lesson learned.
I can see how you can miss that.
But
glad you caught it though.
Yeah, me too. So
did you wash your bed in?
Yeah. No, I washed. Yeah, but we're cleaned up.
I've got to say, you poor baby girl.
Yeah, no, but we're all cleaned up.
All cleaned up.
Yeah, but I didn't. I'm like, I don't know. I just felt bad. I was like, what the heck? How did my baby have fleas? I didn't even notice. But fortunately, it wasn't too long.
That's good.
Fortunately, it wasn't too long. Another question too is like, okay, well, if all the bugs, not all the bugs, but mosquitoes die off for the winter, fleas die off for the winter, ticks die off for the winter, how do they come back? That's a dumb question, and I should know that because I took science class in high school and middle school.
That's a clever question. But do they not like just go into hibernation-y type stuff?
No.
I don't know. I've never even thought of it.
I think the only things that hibernate are mammals.
Well, I meant like into like
to be fair, though, it's been a while since she's been in science class, folks.
Do you hear that? Oh my God, it is a long time actually. Well, I didn't mean they go into hibernation like bears, where they fill up on food and they go sleepy bye-byes. I meant, do they go into like a I don't know what state, whatever you would class it as.
Yeah. All right.
That is good. It makes you think.
It does make you think.
But I don't think it's been cold enough.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, folks, we're going to jump into our comments.
Yeah. Comments.
Comment. One from, can you guess?
From our boy.
Stafford. He's
Stafford
out in
Hawaii.
Yes. Well, I guess he's not an international wonder dog because Hawaii is still an American state. But basically, kind of, a little bit. So speaking of, before we do this, so they trained with us and then moved. I got a text from a lady that we signed up at the beginning of it was this year actually. No, it was the beginning of this year, January, and they've moved to Ohio since. And she texted me and she was like, the boys are doing so good in Ohio. I was like, oh, that's so happy to hear that.
Brilliant.
It's always fun hearing from people that you did good work for.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, Stafford writes, every morning we go out for our walk. Ollie is uncontrollable for about the 15 minutes. He's sniffing like crazy, barks at every dog he sees. There's this one house we pass by every day, and he'll get all aggressive when we pass this area, even if he doesn't see or hear the dog behind the fence. After 15 minutes or so, he's like a different dog, calm, listens to commands, heel, sit, etc. I get lots of praises about him, but why is he like that when we first get out? Great podcast as usual. Thank you. Well, I would say, okay, so here at our own shop, like out front where all the dogs are today and stuff like that, in the morning times, everybody's more excited. So like in the morning times before the trainers get here and stuff, the trainer assistants and stuff, they're walking dogs, running dogs on the treadmill and things because, dogs have been asleep all night. They're excited to be at school. And in his case, he's excited to go out for a walk. He's about to go sniff and see dogs and people and all that kind of stuff. So
check out who's been out that night.
Exactly. So that would answer the question, like, why is he so hyper and crazy in the mornings and stuff like that? Now, as for being uncontrollable the first 15 minutes of the walk, what I'd probably start with, if like you don't really care if he's necessarily healing and stuff like that, I would start the walk in the house. So I'd be like, do door manners before we go out the door. And then as soon as he gets to the front of the leash and starts pulling, I'm doing the crazy man walk and I'm turning, I'm going the opposite direction. It's like, hey man, if you want to walk in a straight line, you can't pull on the leash basically. Yeah, what I'd probably do, anyway, so I'd start there, and then I'd probably start periodically adding in commands through the walk as well. So like earlier into the walk or whatnot, where it's like, hey, like you're not gonna, because this is pretty common for a lot of dogs, like pre-training, I'd say, and in his case, post-training a little bit, but where they start a walk hyper, and then by the time the dog kind of calms down a little bit, they settle into a good groove. A lot of people tell me up front, like, oh, he's he pulls at first, but then he's fine. Well, it's like, well, we don't want to pull him the whole time at all, regardless. Now, as for the house, that whether the dog's outside or not outside or whatnot, clearly he knows where the house is. So I'm sure there's a technical training term for this. I was thinking about how I was going to answer this question this morning. As far as that, I'm sure there's like a technical training term for this or whatnot, because I remember watching a video of it in dog training school, and I've since done it a million times. But basically, let's say that you're 3 houses away from this house or whatnot. He starts keying up, right? Because he knows that the house is coming up, the dog's about to come up, whatever it is. So like you can see posture differences, right? So if at this point he's walking next to you, walking decent on the leash, okay, he starts going more forward. His head's up a little bit more. His ears are up, things like that. So you start noticing a posture difference. What I'd start doing is like, as soon as he starts doing that, I'm turning around, I'm going the opposite way, and I'll start walking backwards. Then we'll start walking back. And hopefully each time that you do this, you can go further and further and further and pass the house, right? But what we're trying to do here is desensitize him to getting hyped up every time he passes this house, basically. So I start walking, and I go, let's say I go 10 feet, then I turn around. Then I'm going to go back 20 feet. Then I'm going to turn around again and go a little further this next time. Then I'm going to turn around and go back again. Then I'm going to turn around and go back again, all the way till we get to the point where the house, and hopefully I can just pass by the house calmly. Now this is, I guess you'd say like maybe conditioning the dog, whatever. I don't really care about the science term, but basically we're just trying to teach the dog, hey, you can't do this pretty much. So yeah, you can't do this. So hopefully over time, the more that you do it, the better he'll get. And he'll realize like, hey, I'm not allowed to, act this way, basically, whenever I'm, passing this house. And so it'll take some time, but that's what I would start with, is I would start every time he starts showing too much interest, I'd turn around, go the opposite way, then hopefully walk a little bit further the next time. And then I'd turn around, and I do this multiple times on a walk. So I'm not saying just do this once a day. I'm like, walk forward. It'd be helpful if I could like demonstrate, because I have little items here or something like that. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when he leaves
But
the
he did the
house.
same thing with Lenny back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I'd put Mia on the dog bed in Sally's front yard, and she'd just lay down. And Lenny, this is back pre-training. Lenny was crazy. He'd bark at dogs. He'd pull toward him, and like he'd like look literally like he wanted to attack him.
Yeah.
And I started with literally just the same thing. I'd start walking. As soon as he keyed up, correction, turn and go the opposite way. Start walking back towards Mia. Get a little further, correction, go back the opposite way as soon as he started keying up, right? Until eventually we could like pass her, right? And we could pass her on both sides. Then I'd start having her move sides and stuff like that and change where she's positioned in the yard. And we could get to the point where then eventually we could walk past the dog, right? And so it's just a slow process of teaching the dog what's acceptable, what's not, what gets rewarded, what gets punished, things like that.
Yeah. Because he was, and it's a bit like what Stafford's dog is doing. They're already anticipating what they're going to do when they get to the house or when they get to the dog. So yeah,
exactly. So that's the answer to that.
And it does work.
It does, yeah.
It does work. Just consistency and patience.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Questions, go.
Are you ready? Okay. So I have 2 sibling puppies. They're 4 months old, and one is very codependent on the other. If they are split up, the less confident one goes crazy, whines, barks, tries to get out of the crate, trying to destroy the crate. It's very distressing. What should I do?
Well, I'd say this is more common than you probably think. It's not just you. This happens a lot with like sibling dogs.
With the siblings.
There's, unfortunately, it's not really an easy answer to this question. I mean, this is just a tougher thing you have to deal with or whatnot. I think the technical term for it's like sibling syndrome. And in my experience, normally working with sibling dogs, normally one is okay being away from the other one is very not okay being away from one of them.
Yeah.
In terms of what to do, I mean, overall, the thing is like you're going to have to separate the dogs and start teaching them that they have to be okay with being themselves or being alone, away from each other and stuff like that. If the dog, now, yeah, that's the gist of this. So some like practical ways to start doing this, and it's not fun, like I said, but some practical ways to start doing this is like walk the dogs one at a time, feed the dogs in separate rooms. I would definitely say if you're using crates, they need to be separate crated in their own separate crates. I would start with them close to each other, and then I'd start slowly moving the crates further and further away, and maybe even into different rooms and stuff like that. But yeah, we need to use the dogs separation.
Yeah.
And then we need to start, training them individually and stuff like that too, so they're bonding with you and not just with each other, basically. But yeah, that's how I'd start for sure. And unfortunately, that is a slow process. It's not super fun. It's a slow process. It's not super fun. As far as the bad behaviors that come along with it, like barking, the distress, eating their way out of the crate, things like that. I'd probably say, you're going to have to correct the dog for that to some degree. The best way I'd found to do that would be trying to teach the dog that, hey, you can be upset, but you can't be upset and bark. You can't be upset and bite the bars of the crate. You can't be upset and tear stuff up, right? Yeah. And so the best way to be able to do that at a distance is going to be a remote collar. Now, I wouldn't do this by yourself. I wouldn't DIY this. I would definitely hire a trainer to help out with this for sure. But in short, I'm going to use a remote collar. I'm going to teach the dog what it means first. So I'm going to start with my version of this is starting with recall. So teaching the dog recall, coming called first. This dog's 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this age, sorry, I forgot the age for a second. I wouldn't do this just yet. I'd probably wait till like 4.5, 5, 6 months, something like that. So I'd probably start with like just separating them right now and just kind of dealing with the annoyance of it. And then as the dog gets a little bit older, 5, 6 months, something like that, then I'd start layering a remote collar for that. So just to clarify, but let's say the dog was 5 or 6 months. I'd use a remote collar, teach the dog recall first, and then I'd teach the dog that, this feeling that you feel gets applied whenever there's a bad behavior, jumping, barking, biting the crate, chewing stuff up, whatever it is. And then I'd start, teaching the dog how to turn the collar on and off with their behavior. So if you do good, it's off. If you do bad, it turned on briefly.
Yeah. Do you think with them being like still at the 4-month-old stage that as long as you make sure that the pup is safe in a crate, maybe invest in like a solid crate that they can't damage.
Right.
Just leave them to self-soothe.
What do you mean? Self-soothe? What does that mean?
Like just let them get on with it. Don't
for sure.
Don't pay them any attention.
Yeah.
But make sure, like I've just said, make sure puppy's safe. They've potted before.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have to let this dog figure it out.
Gotta let it.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna have to let this dog figure it out. 100%. Yeah, that's what I meant by that. Yeah,
okay,
that's what I meant by that. Is like put the dog up. Dog's gonna bark. As soon as the dog stops barking, the dog can come out and be reunited with the sibling, or you, or whatever. But no, that's what I meant. So thanks for clarifying that.
Gotcha.
It's just unfortunately this is a problem. Glad you're catching it at 4 months, not a year.
Yeah,
there's not.
I don't think owners realize what they're taking on. When they get to, they think, oh, this will be great.
It is. A lot of times.
Yeah, and they've got, someone to play with.
Yeah,
and
sure.
But it does bring along its own set of issues, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. But it is fixable. It is a solvable problem because there's a lot of trainers and I will say, when I was a younger trainer, I did not train sibling dogs. I would kind of, but particularly though, if you were not willing to separate the dogs and do what I told you, I'd just not let you hire me.
It really starts from the day you bring them home, doesn't it?
It does, but a lot of people don't know that, and so then this kind of sibling syndrome kind of happens or whatnot.
Yeah, stick them in the same crate to sleep together.
2 dogs, we can buy 1 big crate, they'll be fine. Yeah, and then you end up with these dogs that are very bonded to each other and stuff like that. I would say here's the deal though. I would. There's a lot of trainers though too who make it a lot bigger deal than it is, and maybe people will feel awful about it and stuff like that. And there've been a lot of people where it's over the years we've been able to calm people down quite a bit because they're so scared from this previous trainer that they talked, maybe not previous, but this trainer that they talked to that put this super scared mindset in them. It's it's definitely something to be concerned with, but it's you shouldn't let somebody make you feel terrible about it.
And it's not the end of the world, like you say, with some training.
Yeah.
Get 2 good dogs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So this is a good one because, like I say, this is happening now. It's happening for me. It's real. Now it's dark around 6 p.m. Do you have any advice about walking your dog in the dark?
No.
Just.
Not really. I think if you want to take safety into precaution or whatnot, sounds like you've got a pretty good setup. Dressing like a freaking Army Ranger to go walk your dog at night. You got your reflective vest on, your headlamp on, your leash on.
Well, yeah, I do that because
carry some pepper spray if you want some self-defense.
That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Leave your valuables at home.
Yeah, like your dog. Yeah. Well, I went to that extreme because I can't just jump out of the way.
Right.
Sully could get out of the way. But yeah, so I do take safety.
Yeah. But overall, though, I mean, not really. I don't just walk the dog at night.
Just walk the dog.
Yeah. I mean, I've in the past before, like back in the day when Mia was younger and healthier, we would go walking on the green lawn at night. And I don't know if you're even allowed to do that or if it closes at sunset like the park does, but I would go walking on the green lawn at night a lot. And it's crazy because it's literally pitch black. Like you cannot see anything.
I would not like
all.
that.
It is really intense. Like, and then like there's little parts where like you have to walk across the street and then it's like you're walking like into this tube of darkness where you can't see literally anything. It's crazy. It's crazy. But me and Mia would do that often. And yeah, I've got her like a little like LED, like, it's not really, it feels more like a light stick, but it's like a collar that's like a light stick. You press a button and it turns on.
Yeah.
So you can see the dog. And Mia's all black too. So, you know, when she and me.
Could you imagine you coming up on someone and they meet Mia in the dark? It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I remember it being like intense though, because like, you know, if somebody's riding a bike or whatnot, you know, like they've got like a little flashlight on. You can see them for like a mile away, and then they're slowly coming towards you. And the bike's
my God! Yeah,
brighter and brighter.
I'm too much of a scaredy cat to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't go to like Shelby Farms at night because they close at dusk. Because that's all.
Well,
what?
You can.
How?
You just walk through the fence.
Did you hear what you just said then?
What?
Walk through the fence. How flipping heck am I walking through a fence?
You would possibly have some difficulty.
Yeah.
Well, no. You could get on the green line, cross over at the, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Anyways, so yeah, that though, that's what I would say. If you care about people being able to see you, put some lights on.
Yeah. Don't go walking all dressed in black.
Unless you don't want anybody to see you.
Unless you don't want anybody to see you. Okay. So this one's an interesting one, okay? Mm-hmm. My ex and myself got a dog together. They're now ex, okay? Mm-hmm. That's a big one. Mm-hmm. Now we plan on sharing him.
Okay.
He's 3 now, and I'm concerned that this plan will mess him up, and it's not in his best interest. What do you think? Do you think?
I don't know.
Well, to me it just made me think like children.
Yeah, a dog's not a kid though.
No, they're not, and that's putting.
But if you don't have actual human kids, and I don't, then you know.
But it's like putting human emotions on a dog. But realistically, if one partner has a certain way of doing things and the other one has something else, would you think the dog adapts to that, or would
I think they'd be fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work out of town half the week. I mean, I'd go to Nashville every week and go work in Nashville every week. My dog would stay with me half the week and my parents half the week, you know, and it's like, it's just fine. It's just fine. Yeah, I think in this case, we're probably putting too much on it. I'll say for me though, and I love dogs as much as anybody. I mean, I've made my whole adult life about helping people with their dogs and stuff like that. But if me and a girlfriend had a dog and then we split up, I'll just give her the dog. You can just have it.
Really?
They're an ex for a reason. I don't want to talk to you every day or every other week or meet at a talk. Back in the day, before my parents were married, they used to share custody of me and they'd swap me out at a Taco Bell. I don't want to be beaten by ex-girlfriend at a Taco Bell every week to swap the dog. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. So me personally, I'd give the dog. I'd just be like, you can have it. Because this did happen to me, actually. I mean, this was many, many years ago. But yeah, me and a girlfriend, we shared a dog together. And whenever we broke up, she was like, do you want the? And I was like, nope, you can just have it. I mean, it's sad. I miss him. He was a great dog.
I was going to say that's a hard decision, but I can understand.
I mean, you met the dog. It's the Dalmatian. He was a great dog. He was so sweet.
He was.
He's the best. Yeah. But I would just say like, you can have it. Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't want to be that involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like exes are
X for a reason.
You know, it's Absolutely. Like if we wanted to be together, we would. And if we had a human baby together, that's a completely different story.
Of course it is.
But
of course it is.
Yeah. a dog's a dog. And I think it is important, as much as we love them, to make that distinction that dogs are dogs, they're not people.
Yeah.
But we can love them, and if you don't have human kids, and like I said, I don't yet, but I do love my dog as much as I think I can right now. I'm sure when I have a human baby, I'll love my human child way more than I ever loved the dog. But, if you don't have human kids, it probably does feel like it's your child.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah. There's definitely emotional connections there.
That's why I wouldn't want to share the dog with the next,
it hard.
But no, I mean, I think, I feel like this is I feel like I've heard this a lot over the years, not a ton, but a lot. But as far as like messing the dog up, I mean, if you're training the dog, if you're doing one thing and the ex is doing another, I think that could mess the dog up. If, but it could just be like, I knew whenever my parents were bouncing me back and forth, I would be able to get away with more stuff at my mom's house as a kid than I was at my dad's house, and so,
oh yes.
So I imagine that'll probably happen, and maybe, it's no different than me sending my dog to, my mom calls me her grand dog, and it's like my mom spoils the dog more than I spoil the dog. And
too true.
So, she'll come back and be like, hey, I want a bite of that food. And I'm like, you don't get a bite of my food, as a matter of fact. Maybe my mom would give you, and it's funny too, because if we're all eating family dinner, my dog knows to sit by my mom because my mom's the weak link and she's going to feed the dogs under the table, but, so maybe, the dog learns some bad habits and stuff like that. But overall, yeah, that's how I feel.
Thank you. There we go. Great questions. Okay. Are you doing your trivia, or can I tell people about what I found out?
Hit me.
Okay. So I found two things. First one is from Toronto, Canada. There's a meteorologist and his dog, and they present a daily forecast giving the best times to walk your dog considering weather conditions.
That's
How
nice.
blooming helpful is that?
That is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like, don't go out between 4 and 6. There's going to be rain or high winds. I thought I love that.
That's nice, yeah. That's cute.
It's good, isn't it?
That's cute, yep.
So, yeah, Memphis, get your act together. We need a doggy forecast. But then I found this one as well. So, a nervous corgi/shepherd mix called Opie was found after he ran away during a storm in California. He was 2,000 miles away. Nobody knows how he got there, but he ended up near Chicago. He was missing from July to September, so missing for 2 months, but they found the owner due to the microchip, but they've still no idea how he got so far away.
How do you think he got so far away? Make up your version how he got so far away.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he just kept on walking and running. Or he hopped on a train.
2,000 miles?
Yeah, 2,000 miles away. Or maybe he got in a truck to get out of the way of the storm and the truck drove him. What do you think?
My guess is he got out, was wandering. Some people who they don't have any jobs, but they do have a car.
Okay, so
They found him after the storm and they're like, hey, you're a cute fella.
come with us.
Yeah. Well, he's scared of him. He was scared of him at first, so he didn't just come up to him. They had to coax him to do it. But over a couple day period, they were camping. He found a campsite, and then they're tossing him some snacks and stuff like that. He comes closer over a couple days. They snag him, put a leash on him. He's like, oh my God, I can't get away from these people now. They load up him with the car. Then they go from California to Arizona. They pause there for a few weeks, camp out there.
Yeah.
It is summer, so it's pretty hot, but they made it work. Gave the dog lots of water.
Okay.
Then they're like, you know what? It's a little too hot here. We need to go somewhere where the weather's a little nicer. So they start heading up north, go to Montana, pit stop at Yellowstone for a few days. Beautiful.
Oh, they had a real itinerary then,
yeah.
did they?
The dog actually gets out in Montana and escapes, but then he comes back. Then they're like, we need to go somewhere. We need to find some work. So they go
Near
east,
to Chicago, did they?
east and south.
Okay.
Head down to Chicago.
Yeah.
Find a job. They move into an apartment. Can't have a dog. They decided to change their life, so they get a job in an apartment in Chicago. They can't have the dog, so they're like, "We found you on the streets. We're going to give you back to the streets." They put him outside. A nice lady in Chicago finds him in a suburb, takes him to the vet. Does this dog have a microchip? Call the owner. Owner's like, "Oh my God, that's my dog. How do you end up 2,000 miles away?"
They flew and got him. That's what they.
Yep.
That is a wonderful story.
I think that's what happened personally.
Okay. I was just thinking of that movie where the dogs just go over all the terrain and just keep going. But they actually got home rather than running away.
The complete opposite direction. of home.
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
Instinct to, I need to get back to my owners.
But I think that's probably what happened. Or he instead just walked.
Okay. Okay. But story, check it out on the world news.
World news. That's hell of a story.
Yeah. But it does say, reinforcing that it's a good idea to have your dog chipped
Agreed.
or have, which I know with the collars, aren't they, where you can find them. That would have been helpful in the first stage of running away from this bad storm, but long distance like that,
Yeah.
chipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
You think if you could microchip your baby, you would?
Human baby.
Yeah. Like your dog. I mean, Sully's microchipped.
Sully's microchipped. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You think you'd microchip your baby? If you had a baby?
I don't know.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it seems a bit. It's funny how we would do that to an animal, but we wouldn't do it to a human, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, folks. Well, we've come to the conclusion of the podcast, and so now it is time to do some trivia. Let's see if Sally can get this. So the question is, which dog breed can close its nostrils to prevent sand from entering while running in the desert? A, Afghan Hound. B, Saluki. C, Basenji. D, a Bison Hound.
The hound.
Well, there was two of them. Afghan Hound or a Bison
Oh,
Hound.
there's Afghan hound. Oh. Afghan hound sounds like, well, would an Afghan hound sound? No, the other one.
The Bison Hound? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not that.
Who?
So we're left with Afghan Hound, Saluki, or Basenji.
Well,
All right, just pick one.
Basenji.
No. Okay, so now we're left with Afghan Hound or Saluki.
Saluki.
Yeah.
I was going to go the hound, and then I was like, no, you did that last time, and it was not right. So
Right.
I've never even heard of that dog.
Yeah. Well, B, the Saluki is bred by nomadic tribes in the Middle East. Salukis can close their nostrils while sprinting to keep out sand out. And they're one of the oldest known dog breeds, dating back over 4,000 years.
Wow.
That is pretty crazy, folks.
That is crazy.
And
Never
the
heard
Saluki
of
is
it.
a sight hound, and you've definitely seen one before. Let me pull up a picture for you. Okay. But yeah, they're a sight hound. Sight hounds are known for running. Here's one.
Okay, I've got a question in a second.
This is it.
Oh, it's an ugly looking thing.
Hey! This is it, folks, if you can see that.
Yeah, it's not a breed I'd go for. But then again, I'm not in the desert. So here's another question. We tell everybody, oh my gosh, when it's hot, careful if your dog's paws burning, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
If these are running through like hot desert sand, do they burn their feet?
I don't know.
See, that's a good question, isn't it? Got an itchy nose.
All right, we're asking.
Yeah. Because hot sand, if you've ever walked in bare feet on the sand, oh my gosh, it hurts, doesn't it? And they're running through hot sand?
Mm-hmm. That's what it says. Let's see. Generally, no, not like a typical pet dog. Salukis and other desert sighthounds, like, I don't even know how to say those words, evolve specific paw traits to handle extreme ground temperatures, while their paws can handle heat. Thick, dense paw pads, more leathery than most breeds. Low moisture content keeps paw pads from blistering. Tight, closed toes reduces direct contact surface with hot ground. Quick, light gait. They don't sink and don't stay in contact with the sand long. Think gazelle meets greyhound. All right.
Interesting.
Great question, Sally. It's good to know that brain's working.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, folks, that is the end of today's podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you don't mind. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, share the show with a friend, family member, colleague, something like that. If you know somebody that hasn't sharing custody of their dog with an ex, send this to them. Or sibling dogs, whoever it is, send it to them. If you don't mind. And if you are, once again, following the show and you have not subscribed, please click the follow, subscribe button. That'd mean the world to me and Sally. It'd help us grow the show. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Send us comments.
Drop some comments. We'll read them on the show.
Yeah. Or send them to me, sally@wonderdogtraining.com.
Oh, I knew we were forgetting something this morning. Yeah. So if you want to write in a question, feel free to write in a question to sally@wonderdogtraining.com.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on one second. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're on an audio
click
platform.
all those buttons, like, share, subscribe.
Yep, means the world to us.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that's pretty much it. And remember, you can get your dog trained and that can get you some peace, but the only way to true peace is with Christ Jesus. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.